Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MSAC for this NBL1 fixture. It's the men's here this afternoon. Melbourne Tigers up against the Albury Wodonga Bandits. My name's Lachlan Abbott. I'll be with you for proceedings this afternoon. And the Melbourne Tigers come into this one at 7-4 after a 3-game winning streak. But unfortunately today the Tigers will be without big man Dang Pinot. Unfortunately he's overseas in China at the minute with the new NBL franchise, the South Melbourne Phoenix, or Southeast Melbourne Phoenix rather. And you can check all that out on the NBL1's various socials to keep in touch with what Dane and the rest of Southeast Phoenix are up to. And Albury coming to this game at a 5-5 record, winning their last encounter.
Welcome to Melbourne Tigers legend Hugh the Kangaroo Baxter. Welcome to the house.
So today the Tigers, without their big man Dane Pinot, will have a challenge on their hands. Starting in his place will be Van Merben. However, he will have to deal with Torrin Jones of Albury, who is their second leading scorer on this team. As we get set for tip here at MSAC. And the referee signalling the wrong way to start that one, but we're underway here, and it'll be Albury with the first possession. Bailey Lloyd in the starting lineup today, along with Kenjar Bosley, who is the leading scorer in NBL1. And it is Lloyd from the corner. No good on that one. Merben secures the rebound. And Luxford and Wells in the backcourt for the Tigers. These two combined for quite a few points in their last outing against Knox. Luxford finds Viatala off on that three. And the rebound secured by Malou. Merben defending. No good on that one. Rebound comes the way of the Tigers. Still yet to score with a minute played. Wells on the drive, quick move, and the right-handed finish, the blow by Bailey Lloyd defending on that drive, but Wells just too quick. And it's Jones, guarded by Merben. He'll have a tough day. Luxford got a hand on that one. Mickey Luxford, one of the top 5 in the league for steals with 2.1 a game. Lloyd another 3, and the second attempt of the game goes down. The first points for Albury. It's Viatala now. And here is Pozoglu. Wells from mid-range, a little strong. And the rebound secured by Kenjar Bosley. Driving baseline, gets to the inside of Wells. Beautiful lay-in. Used his body beautifully there on the finish. Mike Wells, not known for blocking shots. Couldn't do much about that one. Pozoglu the step to the rim. High arcing shot. Rebound Viatala puts it in. Nick Pozoglu, of course, if you're keeping up with your NBL news, had a workout with the Perth Wildcats during the week. Lloyd getting inside. Malou crossing over. Nice little floater, good move from the big fella. 2 points for the 24-year-old. And the Tigers with the luxury of having two really good ball handlers in Luxford and Wells to run their offense. Here's Luxford triple. No good. Merben the rebound. Wells' triple, and that is good. Mike Wells continuing his hot shooting form over the last 2 games. And they're going to need it today, the Tigers, of course. As I mentioned before, Dane Pinot out of this side, and a blocking foul called on Wells. Tough call there. Little fella trying to shut off the drive, I believe it was. Torrin Jones driving there. Kind of missed that one, apologies. Oh, quick feed inside to Lloyd. An easy bucket given up there. Coach Brad Pinot probably not too happy with that one. Luxford up ahead. Aaron pass there, and the rebound goes the way of Viatala. Lucky play there for the Tigers. Nice little alley-oop off the glass there from Mickey Luxford. Stepping into a 3 is Bosley. High rebound, and Pozoglu comes up with it. Nick Pozoglu getting inside. Good hand there from Malou, but he's called for the foul. Van Merben playing a little bit of keepy up there. So we're all tied at 9 apiece early on. That's a first foul on Malou. Wells looking to come off a screen. Guarded well by Malou. He's got a fair amount of wingspan to deal with him. Luxford looking to attack. Oh, lost the handle completely there, but it is off the hands of the Bandits. Just 5 seconds left on the shot clock here. Luxford have to go quickly. Merben, the screen. Aaron pass again from Luxford, and a turnover. Mickey Luxford, in the absence of Dane Pinot last week, proved to be a pivotal part of this Tigers team. Luxford had 25 last week along with 8 assists. And Mike Wells again last week, hitting 6 threes. He's already hit 1 today with just over 6 minutes to go in the first. Inside, a foul called, and the bucket. Torrin Jones inside. And that's the first personal foul on Van Merben. An article released during the week. My mind's gone blank as to what website it was on. Might have been the Pick and Roll. That showed the numbers say that Dane Pinot is probably the most pivotal player for this Tigers side and probably the most important for a single side in the whole league. I think per 100 possessions, I think the Tigers are 24 points better off with him on the floor. That shot misses there from Viatala. Of course, they won't have Dane today. Oh, lovely crossover there from Bosley and the runner. Beautiful move. Shook Wells, Luxford rather. Here is Mike Wells, in fact. Shut off on the baseline, and a swinging ball to Luxford. He gets it to go. Mickey Luxford from beyond the 3-point arc. Mike Wells with good pressure on the handoff there. It's Deborah George. Fadeaway shot well short there from Torrin Jones. Won't be happy with that effort. Pozoglu on the attack, draws the foul and the bucket. Nick Pozoglu, a potential future Wildcat maybe, and the leading scorer of this Tigers side, attacking early as he always does. And checking into the game is Josh Mackay at the expense of Bailey Lloyd. He comes up with a rebound on that missed free throw. He'll be disappointed with that, Pozoglu. Only shooting, I believe, 54% from the charity stripe. It's one thing he'll have to improve if he wants to make a jump in his game. Bosley attacking. And Molnar now inside. Merben went down. No foul called. Looking for a charge there, but referee said nothing doing. Crowd not entirely supportive of that decision by the referee. A little bit of heckling coming from this home crowd there on the free throw. That is it's a pretty good effort from the home fans there, or one of them at least, making themselves heard. Oh, and looking to the crowd there was Jared Molnar. Just telling the fan that you're not really affecting me today. Viatala steps into a three. Coming up with it with a big rebound was Jones. Feeding George. He'll get it back here. Jones to the rack. The alley-oop play. Just didn't get a body on him there, Melbourne. Viatala couldn't feed it through. And Melbourne from beyond the arc. One thing that he might do slightly better than the man who's starting in front of him, Dane Pinot, is shoot the three ball. Here's Jones again, battling inside. Right-handed shot, not quite. Pozoglu can't get it, but Melbourne can. Wells the hesitation. Left-handed finish, no good. Bosley the other way. An up-tempo start to this game. Both teams making some hollow plays. Bosley to the rack again. He gets the left-hand finish to go. And Albury extended to a three-point lead. Now the Tigers looking to get their star man, Pozoglu, involved. Wells, no good on that one. Another rebound going the way of Jones. Lovely feed over there to Molnar, whose three ball is down. Six-point game. 3 minutes to go in the first. And it's Wells running the baseline. Melbourne will get it instead. A baseline shot. No good. The rebound comes up the way of the Bandits again. A couple of empty trips offensively for the Tigers. Nice little step there from George. Comes off the hands of the Tigers, and checking into the game will be Dave O'Hickey for the Tigers and Jack Bynes at the expense of Van Merben and Max Viatala. Foul cold on Dave O'Hickey as soon as he enters the game. Referee just saying that he bumped Jared Molnar there as he attacked off the catch. Coming out now will be Deborah George. And I believe Harry Gibbs will take his place, and it will look to inbound now. A little bit of a discussion going on between the coach of Albury, Brad Chalmers, and the bench. Fortunately, we're not over that side today. Just fixing up doing a little bit of administration here. Making sure everything lines up. Now Albury with a good chance to have a good inbounds play. And 3-second violation against Albury. That is just their first turnover of this game. Luxford looking to shift Wells to the other wing. Pozoglu will distribute. Getting to the rack. Nick Pozoglu with a left-handed reverse finish. He has 4 points this contest, shooting 40% from the field. Bosley steps into a three and knocks it down. Wells. Luxford now. Uses the screen. Guarded by the centre, Jones. Uses Bynes. Wonderful pass, Wells, up to Pozoglu. And he gets the two to go as the shot clock expires. Great movement there from the Tigers. And it's Bosley now. Nice feed from Bosley inside. Can't get the finish to go, however. It's Dave O'Hickey to push. Driving right to the rack into the defence and gets it to go. The N1 play. Albury mystified with that foul call. But it was Dave O'Hickey getting to the rack, and he'll shoot another one from the line. Checking into the game, Derek McDonald. Can't get it to go. The rebound secured by Jones. Torrin Jones, the big fella, looking to push. Up to Jones. Can't get the finish to go, but he's fouled on that play. Couple of nice rim running opportunities there for the big fella. Potential top 10 play material for the alley-oop earlier in this quarter. Jones rattles in the first. A 63% free throw shooter from the line. Also averaging a double-double in this NBL. 2 for 2 for Torrin. 19 points per game, or just under his averages for the year. Possibly looking to operate. Hasn't had too many chances so far. Oh, and Jones went for the steal there. McDonald might make him pay. And he does. D-Mac for 3. Oh, an easy turnover there. And miscommunication. Arguments breaking out in the Albury team. And the referee calling a stop to that one. That was Jones and Bosley with a little bit of miscommunication. 42 seconds remaining in the first. Dave O'Hickey driving left. Tough shot, and he got it to go. Loved a little hesitation dribble to set up the drive there from Hickey. Oh, behind the back dribble from Bosley. Good contain from Bynes. Bosley will get it back. Fakes the 3. Oh, what a crossover. Step back. 2-pointer. No good on that one. But Jones comes up with a rebound and he's fouled by Derek McDonald, 35-year-old veteran for the Tigers. That's his first foul of the afternoon. They're getting to the charity stripe pretty well in this first quarter, the Bandits, and a 7 of 7 from the line. 8 from 8 now, in fact. In particular, Torrin Jones has been there a few times. Despite only shooting 63% from the stripe, he's made all of his shots thus far. McDonald spinning, or half spinning, getting inside. Tough shot, good block by Jones. He won't attempt the long-range 3, and we go into the first break with a 2-point lead the way of the Bandits. 30 points to 28 behind the, well, pretty all-round scoring from them. But again, the leading scorer of the NBL, Bosley, with 9 points. And we'll see you back here in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Second quarter just about to get underway here at MSAC. Tigers starting with Dave O'Hickey, Mickey Luxford, Derek McDonald, Jack Bynes and Nick Pozoglu. While the Bandits have Jared Molnar, Harry Gibbs, Torrin Jones, Kenja Bosley, and McDonald there just coming up with it. Bynes on the attack. Right-handed shot, no good. The tip, no good. Dave O'Hickey comes up with a rebound. Another 12 seconds to get a good shot. Uses the screen from Bynes, trying to split the double. No good. Pozoglu cutting. Coming up with it is Bosley. Looking to push. Runners on the left for him if he wants. McDonald working back. A foul called. Can't get the shot to go. It's going to be a fascinating matchup today between Kenja Bosley and the Tigers' Nick Pozoglu. Two of the premier scoring talents in this NBL1 competition. And you'd have to say Bosley is having the better of it in this first half. Bynes secures the rebound. He misses 2 free throws at the line there. Won't be happy with that. Normally a reliable free throw shooter at 86%. It's Hickey on the baseline. Rattles around the rebound. Bynes can't get it to go, but draws the foul.
Just a foul on 0, Torrin Jones. Jack Bynes at the free throw line, he gets 2 opportunities.
Jack Bynes short on the first. Into the game is Malou for Albury. 1 of 2 from the stripe. And it's Bosley. Guarded by McDonald. Three-pointer, no good there from Jared Molnar. Hickey was defending. Pozoglu looking to get inside. Right-handed shot, a tough one. Misses that attempt. And the rebound secured by Torrin Jones, who has 5 in this first half. He'll pull up from mid-range. Strong on that, and there's number 6. Fires the pass to the corner. The three-pointer, no. Luxford secures it. Oh, whips it inside. Bynes out to Hickey. His 3. No good. Oh, rebound secured. Pozoglu gets the foul and the bucket. Nick Pozoglu getting into this match. He'll go to the stripe for an extra 3-point opportunity.
His first foul. Checking back into the match, number 7, Mike Wells taking his seat. Number 9, Lucky Luxford.
Mike Wells checking into the game at the expense of Mickey Luxford. And Pozoglu gets that free throw to go. Pozoglu pickpocketed, and the foul called on Malou. Pozoglu getting himself into this contest as the Tigers just retake the lead there.
Nick Pozoglu with the line again.
And a clear path foul there, so he'll shoot the free throw. Gets that one to go. Of course, as mentioned before, Nick, despite averaging just over 20 points a contest, only shooting 54% from the free throw line. Misses that one. And the Tigers will have possession, of course, because of that clear path foul. They look to use Pozoglu again. The crossover, shut off nicely by Malou. Pozoglu still gets it up. And the rebound secured eventually by the Bandits. Bosley attacking, uses his body well. Kick out. The three-pointer from George inside. Takes another step. Home crowd not sure the legitimacy of that. Wells on the break. Right to the rack, blocked by Malou, but the foul called, and it certainly was one there, I think. You'll have to see the athleticism from both players as well. Wells taking it right to the grill of Malou, right at the rim. And that's his fourth foul, Malou, so he's in real trouble with 7 minutes and 39 seconds still to go in the second quarter. Wells misses that one. 73% free throw shooter Mike Wells. Makes the second. Checking into the game was Josh McKay, rather. Barreling inside. Oh, good defense there from Melbourne, forcing an errant shot, but the rebound secured by Torrin Jones, who's been fantastic in this first half, it must be said. 6 rebounds for him and 11 points. McDonald steps into a 3. That is good. Second 3 of the game for Derek McDonald. Bosley now on the drive, blocked by Hickey. Dave O'Hickey for the defensive play. Says no to Jared Molnar. Davo says no. Oh, lovely feed there, and the beautiful cut from Bosley. Poor defense, it must be said, from the Tigers off the inbound play. And that defensive effort from Hickey ultimately goes to waste. Another 3 from Derek McDonald, that one short. Full court pressure applied to Bosley, getting to the rack, fakes the pass, contested shot. Hickey almost comes up with it. They fight for it on the ground. Pozoglu's in there, and it'll be a jump ball here, you'd suspect. On the ground was Torrin Jones, the big fella, getting down and dirty.
That's a jump ball. Checking back into the match.
Pretty high tempo game to start. Mickey Luxford checking in. And bit of a quick mop on what is a cold Melbourne day, although it's heating up in show court 1 here at MSAC with this fiery affair. It's Molnar now. Feeding inside to Jones. Bit of a tough time receiving that one, but he shoots up and over Melbourne. Fantastic move from the big fella. And it's a real shame that Dane Pinot isn't here today. Oh, great cut there. Hickey to the rack and the bucket. Another 3-point play opportunity for Davo Hickey on the feed from Mickey Luxford. And we have a timeout with 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And it is the Tigers with a 3-point advantage.
Hickey steps to the line. 1 shot to go.
Stepping to the line for just his 1 shot is Dave O'Hickey. He has 6 so far. Make that, nope, not 7. Misses out on that play there. And it's Deborah George now. Foul cold, much to the frustration of the Tigers. Everyone on the Tigers side has a foul next to their name, except that of Nick Pozoglu. And Melbourne will have to sit. He has 2 fouls. It'll be Molnar to inbound. George. Bosley. Jones inside, throws it down. The big fella going to work on Jack Bynes there. He was looking for maybe an offensive foul call. Nothing doing. Not very good spacing on this near side here for the Tigers, although Bynes has a mismatch. Look to get it to him now. Luxford. Pozoglu going left. Left-handed shot, tough one. Wells, 3-pointer off the rebound, no. Fought for again. Pozoglu with a hand on it, throws it over his head. Oh, he gets a hand on that again, but it will eventually follow the way of the Bandits. Fantastic fight on the offensive boards there from the Tigers. Pozoglu getting involved. And Mickey Luxford having a cordial discussion there with Coach Brad Chalmers of the Bandits. Smile on his face. And the referee just having a word to the coach. Doesn't look like it's too heated. Although I'm not sure Mr. Chalmers is entirely happy with the way it's going in terms of the refereeing for his side. Here's Jones again. Finds Bosley. Drive, kick, corner 3-ball, just a bit too strong. Bynes got a hand on it, but Bosley comes up with it. And almost offensive interference from Jones. Bynes is brought down. Hickey. Kick out. Luxford. No good. Hickey. Pozoglu comes up with it again. And they swing it back over to Luxford, who drives. Looking for Hickey. His 3-ball. That is down. Dave O'Hickey has 9 points so far in this contest, shooting 50% from the field. Bosley again inside. Jones. And Bynes fell over again, allowing a relatively easy score. And Torrin Jones, as we might have suspected without their big man, Dane Pinot, is having his way a little bit offensively. Here is Bynes looking to get 2 points of his own. Good contest from Jones. Runs into Bosley. And Jones with 19 points and 9 rebounds with 4 minutes to go. Bosley, travelling violation called on him there.
Checking in for the away team, number 10, Bailey Lloyd.
Checking in for Albury, Bailey Lloyd. And Bosley will sit. Bynes just having another quick word to the referee here. Pozoglu. Nice feed inside to Bynes. Across the arms came George. No foul. Hickey. Pulls up. No good. Pozoglu in the area again. That'll come off him.
Checking back in for the Tigers, here is number 6, Max Power Viatala taking a seat.
Max Viatala checking in for the first time since his opening, his minutes in the opening quarter. And really in this game, a very even contest statistically. Maybe the rebounds going slightly the way of the Bandits, 23-19 their way. And they're also shooting much better from the free throw line. Melbourne just at 40% from the stripe. You've got to make those count in a close game. Brad Chalmers just telling his troops to get their offense flowing as well. Not happy with the weak side action between Molnar and I believe it was McKay out that side. It'll be George now using the screen. Looking for a bucket. Gets the right-handed finish to go with the shot clock running down. That's his first 2 of the game for Deborah George. Averages 18 a contest. So he's slightly down on those numbers, but most of it has been going through Torrin Jones, the big fella. Viatala inside, no good. Getting up there was Pozoglu again. Jones comes up with it again. That's his 10th rebound, a double-double already, with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Nice little floater inside from George, can't get it to go. Bynes the rebound. Jack Bynes looking for the foul again, and a little bit of byplay between George and Bynes falling over. And Pozoglu doesn't care about all that and just nails the 2-pointer. Stunting was Pozoglu. Great contest from Pozoglu, gets the block. The rebound goes the way of the Bandits. Fighting for it was Mackay. Good kick out. And it'll be a 3-point shot for the Bandits, the way of Lloyd, who can't get it to go. There's numbers here for the Tigers if they can use them well. As Dish. Viatalik, lots of contact. Still gets it to go over the outstretched arms of Jared Molnar. A little bit of niggle in this one. And it'll be Lloyd looking for the big fella inside. Jones. Bynes with a hand on it. Fighting hard, Jack Bynes. Bynes coming off an injury last season in the Seabull. The Tigers' favourite. And he's fighting hard today. Only has the 1 point, but 4 rebounds as well. In only just 9 minutes of action between him and Van Merben. It'll be very crucial to see how the Tigers go. Timeout on the floor, 1:42 remaining in the second quarter, as the Tigers lead 46-42. Albury Wodonga to inbound. It'll be Deborah George. Molnar coming off the screen. Good hand on that from Pozoglu. His defensive presence has been very evident today. Fighting for everything he's involved in. And as mentioned before, did work out with the Perth Wildcats earlier this week. I've been hearing Liam Santa Maria talk about the potential for him to fill a spot there. And Jones with a tip on the missed shot from George. Another 2 for Torrin Jones. He moves to 19 for the game. Well, Wells falling over on the crossover. Coming up with it almost is Molnar. And it'll be a jump ball between Wells and Molnar. And we've got a mop on the floor needed. Just a little bit of a mop required. Just cleaning up that spillage. And in fact, I believe it'll be Tigers ball, sorry, not a jump ball in fact. And it looks like it'll be Max Viatala to do the inbound work. Wells has got two screens there with Pinot and Bynes. Taken away beautifully by George to the rack. Here's a highlight. Oh, almost the alley-oop off the glass from Torrin Jones. Almost another top 10 play. Pozoglu the other way. Oh, and a turnover. Luxford elects not to take advantage of the space. Bynes rushing through. Errant pass, the no-look pass. Looking for Viatala in the corner. There's been some great full-court pressure from the Tigers. Luxford and Pozoglu in particular have made Albury, or forced Albury into some pretty sloppy turnovers in their backcourt.
45 seconds left in the half.
Molnar's three. Straight on three from Jared Molnar. And that's his 6th, 7th and 8th points of this contest. Pozoglu on Jones, tries to get inside, draws contact, and the bucket. Nick Pozoglu with the and one opportunity. And timeout with just over 24 seconds remaining in the half. The Tigers will take this one with a 50-47 lead. And Nick Pozoglu will head to the line after this little break in play to extend that to maybe a 4-point margin. So the Tigers will look to make this this game a little further apart through Pozoglu's effort at the line coming up here. They're only 4 of 10 from the line so far in this first half, the Tigers. And that has been a little bit of a issue for them with guys like Nick Pozoglu only shooting 54%. Mickey Luxford only 61%. He'll look to get that up. And Van Merben, although he hasn't played a ton this season, only 50% from the line. And Nick will have to carry a lot of the offensive load for the Tigers. And a quick sub for the last 24 seconds. It'll be Bosley. Kenjar Bosley, the leading scorer in the NBL1. And he's been fantastic so far today. Good pressure from Pozoglu, but he's called for the foul. That's his second. Or his first, rather. And now the entire Melbourne Tigers roster has at least one foul to their name, spreading the load nicely. And we've got 4 across the top here. 10 seconds remaining. And it's Bosley, the leading scorer. And they trap him hard. Good double there from the Tigers. Tough shot from Bosley. But the rebound put up and in to end the half was Josh Mackay. And a positive end to the quarter for Albury Wodonga. And they cut it to a 2-point margin at the main break in what has been an exciting contest so far here at AMSAC and Albert Park on a rather average day in Melbourne, as they tend to be this time of year. Now the players will take 10 minutes. And we'll see you in that time. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half here at MSAC. It is the Tigers up by 2 points after what was a very entertaining first half. They'll start the second with Mickey Luxford and Mike Wells in the backcourt, accompanied by Nick Pozoglu, Max Viatala and Van Merben. Albury led behind the scoring of Torrin Jones. Kenja Bosley's been prominent. Also, Bailey Lloyd will inbound now. Deborah George at the end of the second quarter was alright, and Josh McKay also in the starting five for this half. And it's Bosley using a screen. Driving left, kick out, and they swing it to Lloyd. His three-pointer, just a bit short. Luxford up for the rebound. Shooting just 33% from distance. 4 of 12 from, or 4 of 13 rather, from beyond the arc, Albury. And Luxford in deep. Fade away, tough shot. Albury there to secure. It's another rebound. The 12th, I believe, for Torrin Jones. Foul cold. Bosley shot after the whistle. And that'll be the first foul of the quarter, of the half as well. And that is the second on Max Viatala, who has 6 points so far in this contest. Started the game on the wing position. George now. Oh, great feed inside. Jones again getting inside of Van Merben. He's hard to stop, Torrin Jones, averaging 18.9 on the year. Luxford to the rack, behind the back pass to Wells, just gets there. The little fella contested well by Lloyd. And that pass caught by the coach. A pass to a Pino. That would be something that the Tigers would love to do in this game. Unfortunately, it's not available to them with Dane overseas with the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, of course. Playing in China. I believe they got a win in Nanjing a couple of nights ago. Tigers, of course, almost 24 points per 100 possessions better with him in the lineup. A three from Bosley, gets it to go. Kenja Bosley from beyond the three-point arc. Now Luxford, post entry to Viatala on the baseline, working on Lloyd. Faces him up, takes a baseline, tough shot there. Getting up was Pozoglu. And Nick Pozoglu tips it in for 2. He has 19 to start this second half. Lloyd, George now gets the inside of Luxford, draws 3 defenders. Stripped was Jones, up ahead to Luxford, and he lays it in. That was Deborah George trying to contest that layup, but a nice throw-ahead pass and leak out there from Mickey Luxford. Fired across there to Lloyd, going baseline on Viatala. Well contested. Here's Wells. Right to the rack. Tough finish. Pozoglu's there again, however. And the rebound. Oh, Wells, great fight from the little man. Merben from beyond the arc. That one is down. And the bench is up for that one. Van Merben with another 3. He's second today, I believe. Back the other way, George. He gets it to go. Back-to-back 3s. Turning into a shootout a little bit here at MSAC. And Pozoglu tries a 3. That one is down. 3 consecutive 3-point makes for both in this match here. Nick Pozoglu that time. Inside up. Oh, almost another alley-oop down there for Torrin Jones. There was one highlight play in the first half. He's disappointed he missed that one, though. One highlight play in the first half off the feed from George, although he's missed 2 more dunks after that moment.
Torrin Jones steps to the line. He's got 2 free throws to come.
And Jack Bynes will have a go at trying to guard Torrin Jones as he substitutes for Van Merben. 21 so far for Jones with 14 rebounds. He's been unstoppable. Although, probably not his best effort from the charity stripe there. Leaving that one well short. Ruffled the net. That one no good either. And the hops from Pozoglu. Not a huge man, but he's certainly got athleticism. Can't get the finish that time. A lot of space here for Molnar, calling for it. Wing 3 passes that up, inside floater, and he gets it to go. Nice little attack off the catch there from Molnar, and the shot fake gave him a little bit of separation. Wells. Pozoglu. Loose dribble there. And the leak out here for Albury. Bynes intercepts that pass from Bosley. And the numbers are the way of the Tigers if they can use them. Luxford to the rack. Lovely Euro step and the left-handed finish. George. Nice shot fake. Got Wells up in the air. Couldn't make the pass count. And it'll come off the hands of Josh Mackay. Nice little bit of handoff action here for Tigers. Pozoglu tries a 3. That is down. 2 threes to start the second half for Nick Pozoglu. He moves to 25 on the game today. He's the only man in double figures so far for the Tigers. He's that crucial to their offensive production at the minute. Inside Bosley, working on Wells. Elevated for that runner. Wells looking to go right back at him though. Shut off nicely on the baseline, but called for the blocking foul. Was Bosley. And checking out is Josh Mackay. And checking in after copping 4 fouls pretty early on in the first half is Emmanuel Malou. Pozoglu to the rack, shoots over a couple, and Bynes and Pozoglu miscommunicating that rebound. Up to Malou, who gets the nice little alley finish to go. They're a sight to see when they're off and running here, the Bandits. A lot of finishing on offer. The coach Brad Chalmers will look to make the most of. Pozoglu, another 3. 3 threes in the start of this third quarter here for Nick. He's up to 28 on the game. Molnar the other way, no good. Malou secures it. Molnar to the rack, good feed. Stripped beautifully there. Torrin Jones couldn't handle it. Luxford, no look dime to Jack Bynes for the easy 2. Both sides are up and running now to start the second. Although we only have 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this exciting third quarter. Bosley. And the post up is Torrin Jones to the rack. Shrugs them all off and slams it down. Jones moves to 23 for the match at 53% from the field. 15 rebounds as well. An excellent performance from him. Wells. Driving baseline, little runner, no good. Viatala, good rebound. Pozoglu, a 4-3. Got it! He is as hot as a blowtorch. 4 threes to start the second half. What a third quarter. Foul called, offensive foul on Torrin Jones, who is perplexed at the call. I think he fouled Jack Bynes on that play. We saw Jack Bynes, if you were watching a little bit at halftime, Jack Bynes was in a little bit of a conversation with the officials around that type of physicality that Jones has been using today.
Checking in for the Tigers, number 4, Dago Hickey, taking a seat. Number 7, Mark Wells.
And what we're wondering on this possession is, where is Nick Pozoglu? 4 threes in the third. And that is the 5th foul on Malou has 5 fouls, so he's out for the game, unfortunately. Pozoglu going to work, stripped beautifully. And that is Deborah George, making life tough for Nick. And it's a tough day at the office for Emmanuel Malou. 5 fouls this early on in the match. He won't be back today. Luxford's shot, no good. 55% from beyond the stripe for Melbourne. Another one the other way. Rebound, Pozoglu up ahead. Luxford, that hangs in the air for a bit. Luxford is fouled there. Oh, and he gets it to go. The circus shot. He almost looks disappointed he made that one.
Basket does not count. First foul, second personal foul, number 59, Jared Mulder.
Nicky Luxford. A great performance from him on that last shot. And that pass a little forced. Fighting for it is Dave O'Hickey. Comes up with it, but shot clock expires.
Shot clock violation.
Still, Coach Brad Pinot wouldn't be too disheartened with the way his side is playing. 74 points. And only one man in double figures. And that is the man that the Perth Wildcats had a little talk to during the week, Nick Pozoglu, who early on was getting it done inside, but has been lighting it up in this third quarter. Just a little bit of a mopping job near the charity stripe.
Make sure you get yourself a raffle ticket for the Melbourne Tigers Game Day Pack. Give it a Melbourne Tigers hat, water bottle, socks.
Checking into the game is Derek McDonald. The veteran will guard Kenjar Bosley, who has been stifled so far the second half, although that was a nice little crossover there. Calling for it inside was Torrin Jones. In deep, right-handed shot, gets it to go. Bynes is having his work cut out for him defensively in this game. A lot of physical play between Jack Bynes and Torrin Jones. Here's Hickey. McDonald attacking. Jones is in the area, and that is not called for a foul. It is after the fact, a late whistle. Or in fact, not a foul, unfortunately. Just the errant shot from McDonald being called for out of bounds. A lot of contact on that play.
For the away team, number 22, Mitch Donovan.
One and a half minutes remaining here in the third. And it's George. Jones wants it in deep. Oh, going to the floor, and an injury here, unfortunately. Grabbing at the knee was George. I think Hickey might have accidentally given him a whack there. Very slow to get up, George. Wells fires it across to Hickey. Davo getting inside, finds McDonald. He's hit 2 already. Not good on the third. But all is well. Deborah George is up and at least jogging. We'll see what type of burst he has here, maybe, if he elects to take a shot. Going baseline. Feeds Jones inside, right-handed shot in deep. He has been unstoppable this game, Torrin Jones, although the Tigers using Bynes and Melbourne now at the same time to kind of stifle him in this second half. 40 seconds remaining. Bynes to the rack this time. Fouled, and the bucket. Goes through a lot of contact, and I believe we will count it, or are we calling for the block? Basket does count. And Jack Barnes will go to the line to make it a 3-point play. And he gets it to go. Free throw percentage, as mentioned previously, has been an issue for the Tigers. They're only shooting 50%, yet they still hold a pretty comfortable lead of 8 points here. Jones really wanted that post entry and a foul called. The drive from Jared Molnar there. And Torrin Jones just a little frustrated in this third term. Him and Van Merben having a bit of a chat. And it's unbelievable, this Melbourne offense so far. 31 for Pozzoglu. Everyone else between 6 and 9 points. Look, falling down was Van Merben there. Shaken up on the play. Off the head of Bynes, I think that was. And it trickles out up towards our commentary position. The referee will have a little bit of a conversation here. Unfortunately, I missed how Van Merben ended up on the ground there. Not sure if that's what the referees are discussing. There has been an element of physicality to this game. And I'll talk to Torrin now. Decent crowd in the house here at MSAC, and they've been pretty vocal today. Good head from McDonald. Nicks it away from Debba George. The wily veteran. Wells, he's got 2 screens to use. Bynes, not a real strong pick. Oh, Wells a crossover, getting to the rack. Tough shot, fouled. Can't get it to go. Swiping across there was Bosley, I believe. Or Josh McKay, rather, called for that foul. That's his third for today. Checking back in is Max Viatala. And Van Merben will sit. Mike Wells makes the second. Contact between Bynes and Bosley. His heave, no good. Blocked there by the Tigers, and will go into the final break with a 9-point margin for the Tigers. Stay tuned in what should be an exciting final term. And the Tigers start the final term with a 9-point margin in their favour. 78-69, Mike Wells switches on to the big fella Jones, elects not to take advantage. It's Hickey instead on the baseline. Oh, nice feed to Bynes, little man on him. Can't get 2 shots to go, a lot of traffic in there, kick out, Hickey. Elects not to take the 3 inside, and just a fumble on the pass there. And it's Nick Pozoglu there in the area. Oh, head on it, Mike Wells strips Kenjar Bosley, who is down, hurt. And he looks in a fair bit of discomfort. Might have just been the ankle there as Wells went down to get that one. Derek McDonald just going over to make sure he's okay. And this is not what you want to see. The guy that is averaging, I believe, about 23.7 points a game. It's proven to be fantastic today, especially in the first half. Looks like he'll try to run this one off, however. And the mop is out. He'll take a seat for the minute. And checking in his place, I believe, will be Bailey Lloyd. Oh, hand in from Hickey, called for the foul. It was almost off to the races there for Davo, but referee believing that that was an illegal steal of the ball. That's his first foul for the game, Davo Hickey. And still, it's remarkable, this Tigers side. No one outside of Nick Pozoglu, or Pozoglu, has scored more than 9 or less than 6. 3-point shot, no good. Here's Davo Hickey the other way. Oh, great find. It's Jack Bynes running the rim, or running the floor rather. Great rim running there from the big fella. And he's really taken the game back to Torrin Jones, who's looked a little frustrated in the second half. It's a good effort from Jack. Here's Jones inside and is fouled. Believe that'll go on Bynes. That is his second. He's done very well considering the physical play that has been a key feature of Torrin Jones's game. To only give away the 2 fouls today, it's been pretty good from Jack Bynes. That one just hangs on the rim a little too long for Jones, and he misses that. Much to the delight of the home crowd. Free throws haven't been a key feature of either side's game, only shooting 50%, and make that less than that now, only 7 of 15 for the Bandits. That's a real coach killer, that one. Hickey, he's been good. Steps into a 2 and knocks it down. And he breaks the 10-point barrier. The second man in double figures, he's got 11 for the Tigers. Pozoglu with 31, of course. Foul called inside. And Chair just being knocked over there by the leading scorer. An errant Chair, not too sure why it's there, but... No foul on Derek McDonald, the third team foul for the Tigers. Bosley with space. No good on that. Oh, great rebound. Jones in deep. Goes up, puts it in. Torrin Jones cuts the margin to 13. And the Bandits are in need of a run. They need stops to get back into this. Wells to the rack, fouled, and the bucket. Another and one play for the Tigers. It's Mike Wells this time, taking it right into the heart of the defense and coming up with a bucket and an extra free throw to potentially extend the margin to 16. It is blown out rather shockingly in what has been a really hard-fought game. Nick Pozoglu with 4 threes in the third really broke it open for the Tigers. Bosley losing the handle. The defense has turned it up for the Tigers. Wells again to the rack. Another transition to Mike Wells with speed and athleticism to boot. And the dominance of Torrin Jones and Kenjar Bosley in the first half has been nullified by this Tigers defensive foul call that time, sending George to the line, 33-year-old guard. Jack Bynes just copped a little one there, just grabbing near his collarbone. May have heard the crowd cheer for a miss there. A few of them have been pretty vocal, the Tigers fans here, for what is a quiet Sunday. And they have been very effective in distracting them from the free throw line. Only 44%, would you believe it, the Bandits are shooting at from a team that has generally been pretty good from the stripe. And the Tigers now looking to make use of the shot clock here and limit the number of possessions available in this game. Pozoglu, another three. He's hit 5 in the second half. He is still hot. To the rim is Jared Molnar. Couldn't get that to go. Tigers looking to slow it down again. Where's Pozoglu? He has been phenomenal in this second half, as the Tigers as a whole have turned it up defensively, but they're getting buckets in the half-court set through this man. Here he goes again, finding Hickey for an easy 2. Dave O'Hickey has been fantastic as well today with 13 off the bench. Hickey, Wells and Pozoglu, only ones in double figures for the Tigers. In deep again. Oh, blocked by Bynes. He's at the better of the second half on Jones and shows it there off the foot of Jones. It'll go the other way. He's arguing, but the referee says nothing doing, mate. Unlucky. Mickey Luxford comes back in for Derek McDonald. D-Mac has been prominent in this second half, getting a few extra minutes than he normally would. Tigers, of course, a little reduced on the interchange side. Bit of a full court press, or slight press there from the Bandits. They know that they need to get more possessions in order to even have a chance to win this game. Turnovers are key. Pozoglu loses the handle. Bynes. What an effort from Bynes. After a look like Torrin Jones and his dominance would be the story of this match, he has really fought back hard. They swing it across to Molnar, guarded by Hickey. Gets a hand on that. Jones not even running back, and it'll be Luxford to the cup. Not quite. Bosley comes up with it. And Bynes, what a phenomenal defensive job. Bosley gets into his body and still makes a tough shot, looking for the foul. Luxford helps him up. But it has been a fantastic display in the second half from this Tigers defense, without probably their most influential player on that end, Dane Pinot. Hickey weaving his way inside. The kick out, not the most accurate pass. Pozoglu for number 6. Not quite. And all of a sudden it's a 22-point bowl game. Foul called. And Torrin Jones, a tough second half for him, despite the fact he's at 29 and 18. Shooting 57%. Jack Bynes has just done enough. And a few of the starters check out now. Deborah George taking a seat. And a timeout called on the floor for the Bandits. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. A 22-point deficit to overcome. And it is the Tigers with a fantastic second half, blowing Albury away. And it's Torrin Jones at the line out of the timeout. He nails that one. Some of the shooting figures for his Albury Bandits side, they're only 50% from the free throw line, 9 of 18. Make that 10 of 19. Three-pointers only 6 of 19, whereas the Tigers shooting a scorching 50% on that from beyond the arc. Here's Luxford using Bynes. Switch out is Lloyd. Possibly driving on the big fella, getting inside, right-handed shot, leaves it a bit short. Fighting for the rebound was Molnar and Torrin Jones. Here's Jared, Molnar. Kick out to the corner. Pull-up shot, just a little strong. Hickey comes up with it again. Tigers have numbers if they push well. Hickey to the rack, lovely little step and right-handed finish. David Hickey has another 2 points to make it 15 for him on the day. He's been a fantastic spark off the bench, and Jones inside. Barrels again. He has fought all day. 31 for him and 18 rebounds. Make that 32 for Jones, in fact. Wells goes crashing to the floor, loses the handle. We'll go the other way. So for the Tigers, on a win streak so far, and that looks to continue at this stage. After what was a mediocre start to the season, particularly away from home. This makes it 6 on the trot. Big win against Knox away from, or at home rather, last week. And they've done it twice without their most valuable player, who is overseas, as I've mentioned quite a few times on this broadcast, with the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Good hand on that one from Bynes. And checking in will be Max Viatala. Checking out is a man that deserves a lot of recognition for this fantastic performance for the Tigers. Nick Pozoglu with 34 on the day. And a three-pointer is down for the Bandits, although it appears to be in vain at this stage. Still could bring it back with a scorching shooting run and a few stops maybe, but does look unlikely the way the Tigers have been playing. Wells' three, just a bit strong. Bosley, behind the back, nice move on Luxford, feeds to the big fella who floats that one up and in, and that is the 30th point, I believe, or 35 points now for Torrin Jones. Some stellar individual performances here. But the Tigers, as a team, particularly defensively in this second half, I think, have just flicked on a switch that I'm not sure we knew they had without Dane Pineau. Wells' three, no good from that spot in 2 trips. On the floor is Luxford. A jump ball with Torrin Jones, who had a little bit of difficulty securing what would have been his 20th rebound, and or rather, I'm not sure why I said that to be a jump ball. It is Bandits' possession, even though they look a bit well, depressed with the way this game has turned out in the end, with a very convincing Tigers win. I'm pretty sure Torrin Jones can hold his head high. Hand on that was Viatala, inside Bosley, runner no good. Fought for it is Jones again. Oh, and saved beautifully, Davo Hickey. You talk about a spark plug, and Torrin Jones isn't even defending at the minute. Bynes has just won this battle. Oh, lovely touch pass out to Hickey. Rebound, Jones secures it. Tough second half for Jones, even though he's got the stats to say that he had a good game. And Bosley to the rim. That basket looks to count. And brings it back to a 13-point game with a chance to make it 12. And that's the 5th foul for Jack Bynes, who has fought hard today.
Jack stays in the game with 4 fouls.
Actually, they changed the call. That foul is not on Jack. It is Mickey Luxford, in fact, but Jack's going to leave anyway, and a well-deserved round of applause he will get. He's fought hard today for his 10 points, a tough ask defending against a guy like Torrin Jones, his opposing centre. And he's had to play big minutes in order to secure this win. For the Tigers, Max Viatala leaking out and having a chat to the Bandits players. What looks like to be a calm ending to what was a feisty game. Up to Hickey for the alley-oop play. Luxford trying to get fancy there. And here's Lloyd. Hickey with a hand on that. And gets the turnover. Melbourne comes up with it. Just over a minute to play. Defensively, what a performance for the Melbourne Tigers. A 10-0 scoring run, it must be said, in these last few minutes for the Bandits, but it's too little too late, you'd think. Well, it's good contest, but the foul called on Jacob Sinurak, I believe. Apologies if I've got that one wrong. Bosley tries a three. Rebound again. The big fella Jones. A dominant presence on the boards, getting inside position a lot today. 21 rebounds for him. But it has been a fantastic fight from the Tigers' big men, both Melbourne and Bynes. And Viatala tries a three, knocks that down. It has been scorching for the Tigers in the second half. They're 13 of 28 from the three-point range compared to just 7 of 21 for the Bandits. Both shooting 47% from the field, and that's another three, Jared Molnar. As there is, well, barely any difference between shot and game clock. And it has been a convincing win for the Melbourne Tigers here at MSAC. Luxford guarded by Bosley to finish, flings it across court. Good catch from Viatala. Hickey on the drive. Wells' three to finish it off. It's Mike Wells from behind the arc. Extends it to over a 10-point game. And that'll be all she wrote here at MSAC. A convincing win. It is the Melbourne Tigers taking it out 104-91. Thank you for joining us here on the NBL YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed all of today's matches.